Every year, there is always that one movie that always slips under my radar until later that year, my buddies tell me, dude, you have to see this. And this was that movie.
절대 실패하지 않는 계획이 만조라네. 무계획이야, 무계획.
So Parasite is a newish South Korean black comedy thriller that was directed by Joon-ho. I believe that's how you pronounce his name, the director of Okja and Snowpiercer, a film that I love. Now when it comes to talking about the plot of Parasite, I am going to be as vague as I possibly can because I feel that going into this movie as blind as possible is the best way to experience it, because I went into this movie knowing very little, so this is all I'm going to mention about the plot of Parasite. In Parasite, we follow a family that is constantly struggling to make ends meet until one day when the son of that family meets his friend who happens to be a tutor for a girl of a very wealthy family who recommends him, hey, I'm going off and abroad, but in the meantime, I want you to be this girl's tutor. So when the son of this family goes to meet the more wealthy family, let's just say the dominoes start going. Alrighty guys, so let's get into Parasite. Parasite, like I had mentioned before, is that one movie that somehow slips under my radar until later in the year that my buddies were telling me, dude, Austin, you need to see this movie. And man, I am so happy that my friends recommended me this movie because, guys, man, Parasite, this movie is damn brilliant. Going into the performances, everyone here, and I mean everybody here, is excellent across the board, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce any of the actors' names because I know if I do so, I'm going to butcher the hell out of everybody's names. So to everyone in this movie, from the wealthy family to the more poor family, both families were excellent in this movie. Not only do both families have great comedic banter, but the chemistry between all the families is just brilliant. One particular thing that I loved about the struggling family is even though they're doing things that are quite scummy, you completely understand where they're coming from, and the same thing from the wealthy family. But at the same time, you understand where they're coming from as well, and not to mention, it's hilarious, which I'll get to in a little bit. Two things that I particularly loved about Parasite was not only how the plot unfolds, but the script itself. Let's just say, in that very first half, it's very entertaining, very funny, but then something happens at the start of the second half, in which you're just like, what? But then, right when the third act starts, guys, my jaw was dropped. I mean, oh my god. Not only is Parasite one of the most brilliantly written scripts I have seen put to screen in a very long time, but it's also one of the most unpredictable scripts I have seen put to screen in a long time. How Joon-ho sets up certain things in that first half and how it carries over to the second half and how it pays off was just, I could have never seen how it went the way it did. Another thing that I loved about Parasite as well is not only how funny this movie was, but also the tension this movie had. There are certain things in Parasite that happen, whether it's a line of dialogue that was said or just an unexpected situation that comes out of nowhere, that has had me laughing my ass off. One particular situation that, even though it was tense as hell, to which, again, tension gets a little bit, it also just had me laughing my ass off. And speaking of tension, from the first shot of Parasite to the final frame, this movie is packed with tension. When the movie starts, it isn't cranked to 11. This movie slowly builds and builds and builds and builds. And when you least expect it, you're just gonna find your heart racing and racing to the final frame, and just like, oh my god, what? By the time that the third act of Parasite started, my heart was racing like a mother F and my jaw was dropped. I mean, seriously, Joon-ho does such an amazing job of slowly picking things up piece by piece by piece, and then he just grips you as if you were gripped enough already from the start of the film. Another thing that I loved about Parasite as well was all the technical aspects, the cinematography, the production design in particular. Oh my god, this movie has amazing production design to it. It's actually really clever too. The cinematography has some beautiful wide shots, and there are some really, and I mean some really cool close-ups in there that I did not expect to see whatsoever. When it came to the production design, and I thought this was absolutely brilliant, was how it decided to show the contrast between wealthy families and also the more struggling families. Wealthy families not only lived in these nicer places, but they lived higher up on these hillsides, while the struggling people lived, of course, these much dirtier and grimier places, but literally in the slums down below. The production design for this film was so well done that I want this film to be nominated for Best Production Design. Seriously, it was that good. And the other thing that I loved about Parasite was the ending. And I'm not going to tell you guys how I felt. I'm going to show you guys my reaction. What the? Whoa. Damn! I don't really have issues with Parasite. I only have a tiny nitpick, and that's that the film does take a tad bit of time to get going, but it's the tiniest little bit of time. Otherwise, that's it. So overall, Parasite was a damn brilliant film. From the directing to the screenplay, acting, cinematography, production design, and the awesome ending, Parasite was such a brilliant film, and I am so happy that my friends would not stop recommending me this movie, because if they had not, I would have missed out on one of the best films of the year. So as you guys could have probably imagined by what I just said, I absolutely loved Parasite. It's one of my favorite films of the year, and I'm going to give Parasite a 5 out of 5 stars. Guys, I implore you, even if foreign films are not your forte, I highly suggest you guys check this one out and just get ready for a heck of a movie. Alrighty guys, so comment down and let me know below. Have you guys seen Parasite? What'd you think? Did you like it or did you even hate it? Let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. I'm also on Snapchat and Stardust. So if you want to follow me on any of those social media platforms, all the links and the usernames are in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Parasite. If so, please hit that like button, share, subscribe to see more videos just like this one. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell for whenever a new video of mine goes live. If you guys want to see any of my previous 2 videos, please click either right there or there. And of course, until my next review, I will see you all next time.